Time passes in moments. Moments which, rushing past, define the path of a life. Just as surely as they lead towards its end. How rarely do we stop to examine that path, to see the reasons why all things happen. To consider whether the path we take in life is our own making, or simply one into which we drift with eyes closed. But what if we could stop, pause to take stock of each precious moment before it passes? Might we then see the endless forks in the road that have shaped a life? And seeing those choices, choose another path.
For me, mixed climbing was just an outgrowth of mountaineering, just like to get up a peak in the golden age of mountaineering, people had to do both rock and ice and whatever to get up there in the Alps, and that's the birth of mixed climbing, was the birth of mountaineering. You know, it's the old traditional thing. You train on the crags, and then eventually those skills end up in the mountains. And that's what's going on. You know, those kind of folks taking these high-end mixed skills and doing stuff in the mountains with them. And there are climbs that remain to be done in the Himalayas that will require those skills.
I get into freestyles like jams at the park, giving out free samples of arguably art. Imagine how I feel, sick of getting stuck in time. Frozen, but I'm supposing my grip slipped. Now it's 9 minutes after 9, a nervous wrecking line. Buy a book to look at the pictures. I can't read between the lines. It's late night, insaniac, brainiac, dum-dum. In a mansion, I'm a maniac, and then some. I'm a miscreant, the photogenic kleptomaniac, outdoor enthusiast, power punk roster. Eating tuna pasta on the daily, lays about my day is hazy still from the night before. Try to think of ways till the rap pays the bill. Still we never turn our heat on. Further put a beat on. Warm up by drinking, rapping, minds thinking, rhyming. Could've get this good if you could've keep the timing. That's why the R in rap stands for rhyming. Little boys, little girls, come on y'all, gather round. I was b-boying before you could do tricks. Before you became hip-hop, you watched it on flicks. Rented ideas and then it in your brain cells. Wait, you can't see the clouds for the rain, or the crowds for the same faces. Remain after the showcases, standing out in front of the rain. Woke up, found out, got told, broke down. Hold on, no sense, smoke rain, slow down. Woke up, found out, got told, broke down. Hold on, no sound, smoke rain, slow down. Woke up, found out, got told, broke down. Hold on, no sound, smoke rain, slow down. Woke up, found out, got told, broke down. Hold on, no sound, smoke rain, slow down. It's a nightmare where I can't wake up. It's right there, and I can't pick it up. You might stare, but I prefer that you wouldn't. I can't reach my my hands out to get it, but I couldn't. It's a nightmare where I can't wake up. It's right there, and I can't pick it up. You might stare, but I prefer that you wouldn't. Again, I reach my hands out to get it, but I couldn't. It's a nightmare.
Leashes, no leashes, heel spurs, no heel spurs, bolts, you know, rehearsal, red pointing, all this stuff, you know. It was only 20 years ago where mixed climbing was, you know, something a few crusty old mountaineers did, right? You know, where they had to maybe grab the odd snowy rock or do a few little dry tool moves, even though they didn't call it dry tooling back then. Mixed climbing has been great for the Canadian Rockies. I remember about 7-8 years ago, it was just, as ice climbing gained momentum and was becoming more popular, probably because the equipment got better, you know. Once the equipment's good and makes it more friendly, people want to do it. There was lineups for the classic routes. I mean, you had to get up at frickin' 3 o'clock to go climb a 3-pitch ice route just because you had to be the first one there or get bombed. Whereas I think all these new mixed crags, and it's just spread the people out, you know. Here we are, Shawn and Shawn in the Wipers. Of course, you know, a Sunday, the weekend, we're the only people back here. That's the way it always is. You know, to my left we got the classic Hydrophobia, beautiful grade 5 ice route, nobody on it. And that's why I love the Canadian Rockies. There's just so much terrain, so many new routes to do, so much wilderness. It's kind of what climbing's all about.
You don't want it, oh yes I do. Unless I get it soon, man, I'ma really lose it. Done other people's dirty dishes to get here, get my drift. Are we clear yet? Ha, hear me. Let no one tell you wrong. Long there's blood on my lips flowing through my palms. I'ma string along my things and be gone. I know songs I do get sung along too. I roll with strong crew, we drink strong brew. My name's not Josh, but call me that. I like it better when you do. Cause who I really am, man, I don't have a clue. Let no one else hold down the garden. All the odd jobs I get up to in the middle of my garden. Yes, I got a credit card and run my own business. What do we call it these days? Camel Bear Records, tuna rice, pierogi washed down on a 40 diet. If it don't taste good, god damn it, man, fry it. If you really wanna know the truth, well then try it on before you buy it and be gone. If you wanna bring it on me, I'm already there. 6'2" with light blonde hair. I'm where you wanna be when you're not on the internet. I live a life in analog, still get jiggy with it. Bit it from him, hit it one time for breakdancing and 2 times for the ballet. Man, I don't even listen to hip-hop these days. Me, I like that grown folks music. Do it for love, money, and anyone above. If you're out there, let me know, show me love. Cause I'm always walking, talking when I walk side to side. Block to block, it's too hot not to find shade and hide. Inside each hovel resides a harlequin novel. With Pablo Picasso, the dope, the absent bottle. Little green tears on the corners of his lips. He licked to get lit on the dewdrops and drips. He slips in his sleep state. The subtle rebuttal of utter sleeplessness sets in. Woke up, found out, got told, broke down, hold on, no sound, smoke break, slow down. Woke up, found out, got told, broke down, hold on, no sound, smoke break, slow down. Woke up, found out, got told, broke down, hold on, no sound, smoke break, slow down. Woke up, found out, got told, broke down, hold on, no sound, smoke break, slow down. It's a nightmare where I can't wake up. It's right there, and I can't pick it up. You might stare, but I prefer that you wouldn't. I can't reach my hands out to get it, but I couldn't. It's a nightmare where I can't wake up. It's right there, and I can't pick it up. You might stare, but I prefer that you wouldn't. I can't reach my hands out to get it, but I couldn't. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
Hey Louie, Shawn here, calling you from the base of Cryophobia. We're walking in and we look up and, you know, the big dagger up there with the crack? Well, it's gone. So I guess it's good we didn't get on it. Yeah, I mean, I always say that, you know, I don't want to climb under seracs and don't want to do objectively hazardous routes, but a friend once pointed out to me, he's like, what, you climb under all these big icicles, right? You know, these things, every season they fall down at least once, right? You know, in the spring they might fall down more than that with a cold snap or a warm front or something. You know, they do spontaneously just break sometimes. I have lots of friends who have had close calls with big icicles breaking. You know, and so it is an objective hazard. It's just you have in the back of your mind that it's not going to happen every day like seracs maybe. It's going to happen maybe once or twice a year, so you just got to suck it up and move as quickly under these things as you can and try and find sheltered belays.
I was pretty surprised to see it down. I didn't, because I know I went up to it and I think I even kind of tapped it and just kind of, it didn't sound too bad, but did make kind of a funny noise. So I was surprised to see it down, which goes to show you that I guess you can't always go with how they sound. And I didn't get on it, so I didn't really feel it, but it definitely was. I'm glad we didn't get on it after seeing that.
Yeah, when I saw the pillar on the ground, it actually made me feel kind of satisfied. Because oftentimes you back off of roots because you have maybe a instinct or a, kind of maybe, you might think it's an irrational fear, or for whatever reason, you back off of something and you never get that validation that you did the right thing, maybe you're skiing a slope and you back off of it because you're scared it's going to avalanche, but you'll never know because you didn't ski it. Or you back off a big route because it looks like the weather's going to change and maybe it doesn't. But that day, we walked in there and it felt good to see that pillar on the ground because we backed off that thing because we felt like it was unsafe. And we come back the next day and see that indeed it was unsafe. So it's just kind of cool to get that, that feedback, that real life feedback that, we made the right decision. Because, being safe in the mountains is all about making the right decision at the right time. And